So today I have put together the outcomes of the emotional regulation program, and I'm so happy, um, blown away as well, probably. I'm just ecstatic actually to see the benefits that people on the program have realized, have achieved for themselves. So we gave everybody a questionnaire at the beginning of the program to rate how they felt in certain areas of their life. And then we gave them the same questionnaire again at the end of the program. And for those people who've replied so far, we've put together the average of their pre and post scores. And it's amazing, really, to see the changes. And I wanted to share that with you guys. And I think I might actually be able to share that on my screen thinking about it. Here we go. So what we can see here, if I just make my screen bigger so I can see it too. So we asked people how stressed they felt in general. And that's to gauge. We always use a scale of 0 to 10. So if 0 is not stressed at all and 10 is the most stressed I could be, how stressed do you feel in general? And the average before the program started was 6.3. And actually, most of the scores were a lot higher than that. But we did have a couple of people who joined who weren't actually coming because they felt stressed necessarily. They wanted to learn emotional regulation so they could support their children. So that kind of actually skewed that a little bit because a lot of the scores were 8s and 9s. But at the end of the program, that dropped to 3.3. So you can see a massive drop there in stress. So this program really walks you through how you can regulate your emotions on a day-to-day basis, how you can set up the patterns that help you to do that, and the exercises that help you to come out of fight or flight when you need to, so that rather than being caught up in a feeling of stress and overwhelm day to day, you actually, over the period of that 12 weeks, can shift out of it. And then you have the tools to maintain that after the program. We looked at anxiety, and it's exactly the same pattern actually. Most people's levels of anxiety were equated to their stress levels, and you can see that same drop as well. So we asked on a scale of 0 to 10 for people to rate their mood. So on this scale, 0 is the worst you've ever felt and 10 is the best you've ever felt. And you can see that actually we didn't focus on mood at all. We didn't use any of the CBT strategies to that we know help you to improve mood. But as a byproduct of learning how to regulate your emotions, there's a massive shift there in mood. And alongside that, a massive shift in confidence too. And again, we're not focusing on confidence. We do a little bit of work around, we do a little bit of work around your beliefs about yourself and reframing them and developing a more realistic and kinder relationship to yourself. But actually, in general, it's not really it's not a self-esteem course. But you can see that when you can help yourself with your difficult emotions, when you reduce those feelings of stress, when you reduce those feelings of overwhelm, what happens is you feel more confident as a result. We looked at how easy you're finding parenting at the moment, and you can see a really big shift there as well. And again, some of the parents join this program not so much because they're struggling with their emotions, but they're struggling with their emotions in relation to their children and how they can support their children. And we can see that through doing this program, which isn't a parenting program, it's a program for you to enable you to understand your emotions and your emotional world, your emotional life, and learn all the strategies that you need to improve that. And by doing that, you can see here that parenting became easier, that people feel as a result more their children, so they're rating how their children, so the children are more cooperative and seem more connected to them by doing their own inner work. This isn't a parenting program. This is about you doing your inner work, and as a result you can see how it impacts on those around you. How harmonious would you say your house is at the moment? That improved overall. And how easy do you find it to put yourself first? And I think that's probably the biggest leap there. A lot of people, when they join the program, there was a lot of 1s and 2s, like don't find it very easy at all. But by the end of the program, there were some 9s. This is an average, remember, of all of the scores that we've collated. So really that massive shift in how easy you find it to put yourself first. And of course, the easier you find it to put yourself first, the easier it's going to be to do the things that will benefit you. And it creates that positive cycle where the more you do for yourself, the easier you find it, the more you can do for yourself. And you can kind of create that balance that you need to maintain your own emotional well-being and be there and be supportive for your kids when they need you. And lastly, we looked at how often are you losing your cool with your kids at the moment. On average, that was daily. And by the end, when we collated all of these, it's a bit skewed, this one actually, because the two things that we asked was rarely or once a week. And it became, the average was in between there. So it ended up being a couple of times a week. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was rarely and a few times a week. That was it. So there we go. So there we have it. These are the results. I'm really happy that the program has generated these results. Everybody's on a different journey, but you can see here how actually when you put yourself front and center and you use these simple strategies, not easy to use, but they're simple strategies in that supportive environment, so much can change. So we start the next cohort again tomorrow. We're making some changes. We made some changes as we were going on. Sam has some very, very good ideas. So we kind of added some stuff in, but this cohort we're doing slightly differently. So we are, well, we're running it slightly differently, but it's still the same program. We're covering the same topics. You've got pre-recorded workshops. You've got 12 pre-recorded workshops that take you through all of the theory that you need. It's literally everything you need to know about emotional regulation, how you can manage your emotions, how you can support your children with their emotions. And then we'll have 75-minute coaching calls, group coaching calls each week. So you have the space there to really work through your stuff, to have all your questions answered, to have the support you need, to really be guided through this whole process. We start the next cohort tomorrow. I think there's one or two spaces left. I thought there was 2 spaces left, but I just had a message, so that one might be taken. So but we still have 1 or 2 spaces left. If you are stuck in overwhelm, if you are feeling stressed and overwhelmed every day and you don't know how to help yourself get out of that, if you're feeling anxious a lot, if you experience anxiety every day and you don't understand why, you don't understand what's creating that cycle, but you know that you want to feel calmer and you want to not be held back by that anxiety anymore. If you are struggling to stay calm with your kids because their behaviors trigger you, then have a think about joining. And if you want to be able to support your children to be able to develop their emotional regulation too, to understand what emotions are, understand why they have emotions, be able to use their emotions in the way that they're designed to be, rather than getting caught up in really negative and difficult patterns, and you're interested in joining this next cohort, then let me know. You can comment, you can put a little emoji, you can send me a message, you can email us at hello@consciousandcalm.com. If you're concerned about whether it could work for you, then speak to me about your concerns, because I might be able to help you understand how it works a little bit more. We'll give anybody a full refund. If you turn up every week and this doesn't work for you and you don't feel calmer and more capable of dealing with difficulties by the end of the program, then we'll give you a refund, no questions asked, because we know that's not going to happen. This isn't a program based on anything other than the CBT strategies that I've used for 14 years with my clients. But the CBT strategies, they're evidence-based. It means that they've been proven to work with these problems. So there's no reason why it wouldn't work for you. If you're interested in the program and you have any other concerns at all, then let me know. We start tomorrow. There's various payment plans. If money is the only thing that would stop you from signing up, if that's genuinely the only reason, then get in touch with me. We can sort out a payment plan don't want finances to be an extra stress. I don't want anyone to sign up if it's not the right time for them. We will be running this again, possibly next month, but most likely we're running it again in February. The prices will be going up from February. Nothing to do with the financial situation. It was always these first few cohorts, as we're kind of fine tuning it, we're always going to be a bit cheaper. So if you'd like to know more, then let me know. And otherwise, actually, I'm going to stop sharing. If you'd like to be considered for next time as well, just let me know and we can add you to the list and let you be the first to know for next time. Thank you for watching my video. And if you have any questions about emotional regulation for yourself or for your family, let me know. Bye-bye.